Imagine going to college and then spend 4 years studying, and after you've graduated, you are now working a job that doesn't align with what you studied. You work for 40 years straight, and you're miserable and happy. Every day's the same day, every year's the same year. Your wife doesn't love you, your kids don't love you, you're fat, you're in debt. Totally chaotic, right? Hello, everybody. My name is Israel Bloom Packet, and I'm here to advocate my way of philosophy for life. And I wanna help younger people or young people in my generation to be able to know where they're headed or where they're directed to. In other cases, uh, help them know where they're gonna end up in the near future. Now, before you question my credibility, I've read tons of books, especially in the money field. Now, you've probably clicked on this video because it is entitled "Require Life Doesn't Require You to Go to College," and I have 3 points and 3 evidences as to why I think so. Now, point number one: degree doesn't define future. Number two is choosing a profession doesn't equate to happiness. Number three is people work hard in their jobs but not on their lives. Now let's go to point number one. Degree doesn't define future. Most people go to college without a plan. That means their lives are on autopilot. Now, usually, people here in the Philippines or college students here in the Philippines choose a particular course because they've been pressed by their families or their zone of influence in general. Like, for example, their parents say, "Oh, take this course, take engineering course because it pays well in their jobs," or take nursing, or most of their friends took this particular course and you don't want to feel left out, right? That usually happens when you don't have a plan in life. That usually happens when you don't know where you're headed. And the fact that you don't know where you're headed is bad, right? Now, what this does is it makes you end up working a job that doesn't align with what you studied. Why? Now, first of all, the school teaches you that for one problem, there's only one solution, right? It, it's been programmed in our mind since, I don't know, we were like kinder. And then also the school gives steps like K to 12. We grow from kindergarten to elementary school to high school and then to college. And then what? What comes after next, right? There are so many different opportunities that you go, right? For example, you study this course, but you don't really know why you took this course. If you don't know why you took this course, then that must mean you don't exactly know where you're headed, right? And then you end up, or in most cases here in the Philippines, most college students who studied for a course or a program that doesn't know where they're headed, they end up working a job that doesn't align with their goals. Like, for example, I myself experienced it. I went to a BPO, uh, business process outsourcing something, and call center agencies, right? Call center agencies companies. And I found out that most of the applicants were graduates with bachelor's degree. I've had two applicants that time that was a graduate in psychology and a graduate in criminology. Now you might ask, it I can explain quite well, but it makes you ask yourself, like, they have a bachelor's degree, so why are they working outside of what they studied? That's because they don't know where they're headed. Okay? They don't know where they're headed. And if you don't know where you're headed, you end up taking the easy path. Now the easy path is going from first, second, third year of college, fourth year of college without the school has got guides, literally, as to where you're headed, right? School has steps. School gives steps. Okay? And then, like I said, after college, what comes next, right? There are so many branches of different realities or different outcomes that you can go. That's it. You end up working a job that doesn't align with what they said, which explains the point degree doesn't define future. Okay? The next is choosing a profession doesn't equate to happiness. If the end goal in life is to be happy, how do you know you'll be happy working that job? Okay, let me ask you again. If the end goal in life is to be happy, how do you know you'll be happy working that job? Now, first, let us define happiness. Happiness for me is a sense of fulfillment or a sense of goal that gives me meaning, right? I find my happiness in ways when I am working towards something that helps me grow. Like like I know where I'm headed, or I know what I'm gonna do, and I have planned myself for a better future ahead, and I'm working towards that future. Right? That's what makes me happy. Doing doing things that leads me closer to my goals. Yes, that's how I define my happiness. Now I don't know about you, but if you don't know how you define your happiness, and then you go with college, you end up mistaking working that job as happiness. I mean, this is the reason why you've studied since elementary until college, right? To get that job, to get that particular job. Now, how can you be so sure that after you're working that job, you're happy, right? There are external factors like money or status that might give you a better feeling that getting this job will lead you to a happier life. But have you really reflected on it? Like, have you really asked yourself, will I be truly happy when I'm working this job? Now, a great way to visualize this, a great way to know about this is to visualize yourself working that job, that 7 to 5 job, 9 to 5 job, or even 12 hour a day job every 5 days a week. Every week's the same week, every day's the same day, every month's the same month, every year's the same year. For 40 years straight, it, you just repeat yourself. You save, you spend, you go out. What then? Right? Like, what is your purpose? Do you really feel full? Do you really have a sense of fulfillment? Do you really have a sense of purpose? Do you really have a sense of meaning? I mean, I don't know how you define your happiness, but I think most humans are uh, most humans objectively have a sense of, or become happy with a sense of fulfillment and purpose, right? Sorry for my wordings. And that's it. I want you to reflect on yourself, right? If choosing this profession really makes you happy, and if so, why? Like, why does it make you happy, right? Now I've covered the first 2 points. Degree doesn't define future, and choosing a profession doesn't equate to happiness. The third the third point is people work hard in their jobs, but not on their lives. Now, what I mean by this is working hard in your job shifts your priority from joy to job. Now, by joy, I mean family, friends, health, and purpose. And by job, I mean deadline, stress, and status. Right? Let's say, for example, you're working as an engineer. Okay? You have a project, and your project is a deadline. You're working extra hours a day, and you end up neglecting your family. You end up neglecting your own health. You end up neglecting your religion or your spiritual self. Right? Now, if those are the factors that helps or that gives you happiness, right? I mean, every man provides for their family, and it gives us joy, right? Now, if those factors are being neglected, and you work a job for them, then that does mean you're miserable, right? You're slaving your entire time, working your ass off, and then in the night you're just gonna end up neglecting your wife because of stress, you're gonna end up neglecting your kids because of stress, that doesn't really give you a sense of fulfillment and purpose and meaning, right? It doesn't make you happy at all. I mean, I don't know what kind of crazy people finds happiness in that, but I don't think so. Now it confuses your entire reason why you got a job in the first place. Like if you got that job to be able to provide for your family and to lead a happy family, but instead you had the opposite, then why even take the job in the first place, right? There are factors like money, status, like I said, there are those. But what is money without happiness, right? Like you can slap your $100 bills in your wife's face, and that instantly makes them happy. Uh, there are some cases if that particular wife is a gold digger or whatever. But what I'm saying is, money isn't the solution to your sorrows, right? Like it may give you money can buy you pleasure, money can buy you lots of stuff that you think will make you happy, but it isn't what money buys that gives you meaning, and it isn't what money buys that give you a sense of purpose, and it isn't what money buys or does that makes you happy. It's how you got that money in the first place. It's working that job, it's building that business, it's monetizing your passion. It's the journey that gives you happiness, that gives you a sense of purpose. It's the journey and what you've learned that made you happy. And those lessons that you were able to monetize it and be able to provide your family to lead a better life, to lead a happier life. Now, if you work that job just to have a source of income or something like that, and you end up neglecting your whole family because of it, then you aren't really happy. And that is how I came to the conclusion that life doesn't require you to go to college. And there are 3 points. Degree doesn't define future. Choosing a profession doesn't equate to happiness. And people work hard in their jobs but not in their lives. I want to give credit to the people whom I've gained such wisdom from. I know this isn't from me. This wisdom doesn't come from me. I'm the only one who spoke to you about it. But I've learned this. Thank you for listening.